We're in the audience.
Hi everyone. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make pumpkin bread. This recipe was handed down to me by my grandma. We usually make this several times throughout the winter, especially during the holidays. The first thing I would recommend is to set your oven to 350 degrees. The next thing I would do is spray your loaf pan with cooking spray, so they'll be ready to go. For the ingredients, you'll need flour, sugar, salt, nutmeg, or if you prefer, ground cloves, baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, canned pumpkin, liquid vegetable oil, eggs, and water. And you can also use raisins or nuts as an option. The next part will vary depending on whether or not you have a sifter. I like to put all the dry ingredients in one bowl and then sift them into another bowl. If you don't have a sifter, you can just use one bowl and just mix it together with a spoon. So let's get started. You'll need 3 cups of flour, 2 2/3 cups of sugar, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Now just mix these together with a spoon. Then I take the dry ingredients and put them through the sifter. This part of the process just takes a little bit longer. Okay. Stir this up a little bit. Now you're ready for the wet ingredients. You need 2/3 a cup of water, 2/3 cup of your liquid vegetable oil, 4 eggs, and a 15-ounce can of pumpkin. And make sure it's pure pumpkin and not pumpkin pie filling, or it won't turn out as well. Now as you start to stir, the mixture starts to get pretty thick. You just want to make sure everything gets well blended. And this recipe makes 2 loaf pans. You can use metal, ceramic, or glass. You're going to fill them about half full. And that's probably a general rule for any size of loaf pan. The mixture will be lumpy. Just make sure everything's incorporated together. Okay, now we pour our mixture into our pan. At this point, you can add your raisins or nuts. You could choose. So then we put the pumpkin bread in the oven. For 50 minutes to an hour. And this is a loaf of pumpkin bread I baked earlier today. And I hope that if you decide to try out this recipe, that you'll enjoy it as much as my family does.